How's it going? Ryan here, and today I'm going to review a few trades that I took today. Overall ended up red, so that's two red days in a row between Thursday and today, Friday. So I've been in a bit of a slump the past 2 days, but luckily it is Friday, which will allow me some time over the weekend to kind of step back, take some time away from the charts, and kind of reevaluate, reassess, and hopefully come into next week with a clearer mind and better execution, a better plan. But without further ado, let's look at some of the things, how today played out, how I traded, and what I did right, what I did wrong. So first of all, the levels I was watching, high and low from yesterday's trading session, marked with the green and the red lines there. We have 452, which is the area that I've had marked for a while. It was resistance, acted as strong support lately. 455, same reason. It's been strong resistance. When we break above it, it's support. Once we break above that 455, we've been kind of bouncing off this 456.3-ish area. I have 457 flat, which was the high of day for Wednesday. A support on the hourly chart for yesterday's session that we bounced off of before breaking through it. And then finally this 454, which was also another area that it acted as support once we had broken above it and was acting as support in our pre-market price action as well. Jump into the 5-minute chart here, and we'll look at how I traded it, what I did wrong, some of the things I'm thinking of moving into the future, and just kind of reflecting on how I've been trading. So straight off the bat, we had a little bit of chop. We opened, kind of sold all the way down here, and then pulled back. So we were just experiencing for the first 15 minutes of the day a lot of chop, a lot of up and down, not a lot of body on these candles, mostly wick. So some serious chop. And then we had this candle start printing, and initially this candle was pretty low volume. It was low volume. You can see comparatively it was really low volume, pushing up into this area that I had marked that we had seen act as resistance. So with this initial kind of selling off that I saw in the beginning of the day and a low volume candle into this area, I took puts once we tested it, so pretty much on the close. I got stopped out on this subsequent candle here, but once I saw the close on this, I saw the low volume push in, I saw the close on this look like we might get rejected, a little bit of like a doji long wick on top with some higher volume. So I saw a lot of volume come in, but not much movement at this area, and so I decided to re-enter puts. I still thought my trade was valid, and then I re-entered on this next candle pretty much at the top. I only took one contract, so I took 2 contracts here. So my loss was 2 times, normal. And so I took a smaller position on this entry. I took 1 contract. We pulled down here. I was expecting us to reject a little further. I was looking for us to come test this either pre-market high / like opening print level. So once we started moving down, I moved my stop loss just a few dollars into profit, just to protect myself from taking another loss, since I'd already taken a loss on the initial trade. So we pulled down in here. I should have taken profit down in here, but I did not. But that's something to consider. On this next subsequent candle, we pushed up and stopped me out. So I did make a little bit of money on that, but not as much as if I had sold the bottom. You can never time it perfectly, but we did bounce off that 456 level pretty much perfectly, which was essentially the pre-market high. So probably should have been paying more close attention in terms of areas that to trim or take profit. I only had 1 contract, so I think that's probably why I ended up wanting to hold it longer. If I think into like the psychology of why I did what I did, I had 2 contracts lose here, so I was down like $20 so, and I only had 1 contract open here. So for this to recover the losses that I took here, it would have had to make a pretty good move. I think when it got down here, I was only not like maybe $10 in the red. Had I taken profit, it would have been a much smaller loss. But I think I was greedy, and I was thinking I need to hold this longer to maximize profits if I only have a single position Also, I couldn't trim and let a runner run. So I think sometimes trading a single contract is extremely tricky on your mental game, your like psychology coming into it. I think sometimes you wouldn't trim where you normally would because you want to maximize return on a single option. So that's another thing for me to consider as well as I move forward. But anyways, I got stopped out here, and I actually re-entered another. So one put position here, stopped out. Put position here, got stopped out for small profit, and I re-entered puts again on this retest. I don't know why. If we look at this, we are in an uptrend. We set a higher high, we set a higher low, and then we had, no pullback at all on this. Like from the opening print, it just pushed straight up. So it didn't show any weakness. But I did take puts at this level retest again and got stopped out. So that was my third and final trade of the day. 2 losers, 1 really small winner. So overall, down about $50 on the day. I believe I took 2 puts at this position too. So my 2 losers were a larger position size than the one that I won. So that's always a bad sign as well. So position sizing, psychology, maybe not paying as much attention to the trend, and just overall just bad decisions. I think probably carried a little bit of yesterday's losing trades into today. So I'm thankful for the weekend to kind of give me some time to step back and reevaluate some things. I think next week I'm gonna try to really develop a back test, a plan, really develop something that I like, and move forward with that and try to adhere to that strictly, just so that even if I take a losing trade, I followed rules. Some of these trades that I was taking recently, the past 2 days, I don't think there's many rules or, rhyme or reason behind it. Emotions were leading some of my trades the past 2 days, and that's when you always get burnt. So positive thing is there's lessons to be learned. I can step back and kind of take some time. I didn't blow my account. I've had 2 losing days. I don't want that. But far from blowing my account up, which I'm grateful for because I have done that before. So I didn't continue to revenge trade and continue to take losses, which if I can take a positive out of the past 2 days, it's that I've taken some losses and I've stopped, I've walked away. So that is a positive that I can leave today with. But with that being said, we did uptrend. We trended up and we didn't stop until pretty much here. When we broke, so we were making higher highs, higher lows. This is technically a lower high. So we had, a little bit of that action, a little bit of wedge. We broke out, reversed the trend, and then you can see kind of broke down. In terms of my levels, they're not super accurate on today's moves. This would probably be down in there if we're looking at that level. Whoops, excuse me. This one sort of played out, but I think I really would have watched that 456 level, the pre-market high, kind of played out way more importantly in terms of bounces and support early in the day. So we trended up, broke down, bounced, kind of finished the day up kind of close to the high of the day. So overall, those were the trades I took, the mistakes I made, some impatience, some bad judgment, some trading against the trend, sizing up on losing trades, not taking profit probably when I should have on a winning trade. So just a number of things that I went against. Like I said, all lessons to learn from that. And I will be back next Monday. So I trade live Monday through Friday every day. And then I will repost recap videos afterwards discussing what I was looking at going into the day, what I traded, the results, try to be transparent with this. I'm no master by any means. I'm learning, and that's the point of this, is for me to be able to talk through when I'm streaming my thoughts and actions, as well as be able to review those at the end of the day and see, if I can see some things in hindsight and learn some lessons. But with that being said, if you've gained anything from this video, if you would like to stop by the stream sometime, I always appreciate it. And I appreciate you if you've made it this far. So hope to see you on the next one. Peace.